My name is Scott Wilcox, and let me get you set up. Here's the first time doing live on YouTube, so I hope you give me some grace here. But I'm a singer-songwriter from a little town called Tomah, Wisconsin, and this is my show called Down Holiday Road. And what I'd like to do is share some songs with you guys today. I hope if you do like it, please make sure you like and subscribe and share this with people that you think might like it. These are a bunch of original songs that I've written, and I like to kind of tell the stories that go along with them sometimes because I think sometimes the stories help clarify not only the song, but maybe a little bit about me in the process. And I think that you can't have live music without having some way of being able to connect people. And if you just like to listen to music and just go from song to song to song, a bunch of songs that you probably know, maybe this isn't for you. But I'm a storyteller, and I like to tell stories about my life and other people's lives that really inspire me. So I hope you guys don't mind. This first song is a song called A Warm Rain. When I was about 17 years old, something like that, I was coming out of the drugstore in our hometown, and I saw this beautiful girl, and I thought, well, it was the first time I'd really seen something that just stopped me in my tracks, Something that was just so incredibly amazing that I thought, well, maybe there is someone out there for me. You ever get that feeling? I mean, I thought up to that time that, maybe I was the type of person that there wasn't a good match for, I guess, for some reason. But in that moment, seeing how amazing she was, I thought to myself, maybe there's a potential for me. Maybe there is somebody out there. So like an idiot, I sat there staring at her, probably longer than I should. It probably looked like some sort of creeper, but it started to rain during that time. And I swear for the first 30 seconds, I didn't even know it was raining. Yeah, I think I asked her out or something like that, but maybe I was like 15 or 16 or something at the time. But anyway, I asked her out, but it didn't really last. But it didn't really matter because it wasn't really necessarily her, even though she was beautiful. It was more the idea that there's always someone out there for everybody. And just when you think you're not going to find them is usually when you do. So this is a song called A Warm Rain, and hope you like it. I remember our love felt passion like a wildfire with deep desire, one that never died. I remember how your lips taste sweeter than a candy cane, sweeter than champagne, again and again. I remember I was all used in a warm rain. That memory still remains. First time I felt alive in a warm summer rain of 1985. Saw you standing at the Five and Dime for the first time. I remember I was 17. You were beautiful, a teenage beauty queen. Someone else it was a normal scene, but not in my eyes. Yours a beautiful line, and that warm rain, that warm rain. I remember when emotion swept over like a hurricane. Blue eyes like rain, they drove me insane. I remember how that summer went faster than a bullet train. Though the memories faded, your heart remains. I remember I was all used in a warm rain. That memory still remains. almost seen, but not in my eyes. You're so beautiful, and that warm rain, that warm rain. As I look back and remember the tears of that childhood crush, it's been 20 years, oh, but my memory's clear. First time I felt the lines of a warm summer rain of 1985. Saw you standing at the Five and Dime for the first time. I remember I was 17, you were beautiful, a teenage beauty queen. There's someone else that wasn't almost seen, but not in my eyes. You're so beautiful, and that warm rain, that warm rain. Well, how's it sound, guys? Did it sound okay? I see a couple of you said you liked the song. That was really nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's the first time doing this, so I'll probably make some mistakes along the way. But what I'd like to do is just kind of keep doing this every once in a while and be able to have some original music for you guys to listen to. I'm going to probably do, 4 songs, something like that. And I hope you, if you like it, please subscribe and, come on back next time I do a live show. I'd love to see you. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, this next song I'm going to sing for you, this is a song I wrote because, quite honestly, I fight with my GPS all the time. I know, it seems crazy. But, I've been playing my live shows, and I thought, well, how many other people fight with their GPS? Well, it turns out a lot of people fight with their GPS. Well, and I got to be thinking about it. I spent a lot of time driving from show to show all over the place, and I thought, well, it's probably not always a good idea to have all that time to do some extra thinking. But while I'm driving, I thought, well, gosh, if I wasn't married and I was single, this Alexa might be the only girlfriend that I got, And so I thought, well, it's terrible because half the time we're always arguing. And, usually it's because I take a wrong turn or I turn into a quick trip or something like that. And she's like, make a U-turn, make a U-turn. And she's just hollering at me something fierce. So I thought, well, I would love to be able to kind of write a song about that idea that, what if Alexa was the only girl I had to have a relationship with? And so this is a song I wrote for Alexa, and it's called Alexa, I guess. Well, there's a girl in my world, I love to have her with me all of the time. She helps me grow, tells me where to go whenever I'm lost or out of my mind. Sometimes I think it might be love, times when I've heard enough. I say, Alexa, I've had enough. Please stop talking before I lose my mind. Alexa, don't interrupt. I need to try and focus on traffic signs. You're my favorite digital girl inside this truck. But please shut up. Alexa, I'm in love. Alexa, maybe in a way people say it's not healthy living with the digital girl, but it makes sense. In my defense, I rarely meet women in the real world. Alexa always lets me talk. She asks if we should drive or walk. Alexa, I've had enough. Please stop talking before I lose my mind. Alexa, don't interrupt. I need to try and focus on traffic signs. You're my favorite digital girl inside this truck. But please shut up. Alexa, maybe I'm in love. Alexa, maybe it's time for you and I to take a break. But to know that I'd be lost without you, for goodness sake. Alexa, I've had enough. Please stop talking before I lose my mind. Alexa, don't interrupt. I need to try and focus on traffic signs. You're my favorite digital girl inside this truck. But please shut up. Alexa, I think I'm in love. Alexa, maybe I'm in love. Alexa, I'm in love. That's my song called Alexa. I hope you like it. Well, this next song, I had a buddy of mine who did some time in Desert Storm, and great, amazing guy. When we were, in high school, he is one of these guys that could just tell one joke right after another. You ever know those guys that just kind of memorize lots of jokes? But he was funny. I mean, he delivered them fantastic. He was just a great joke teller, I guess. Of course, we were always usually, 2 or 3 drinks in at the time, but so he, was just incredibly funny guy, and he had 2 goals in his life after high school. First one is he had this old crappy Camaro that he wanted to put together, and so it never ran, and so he worked on it and worked on it. It took him about a year, I swear, something like that, before he finally got the engine running pretty good so that he could take it around town and enjoy the thing. So he got it all running well, and then he sat there for a little bit and thought, well, the other thing I wanted to do is join the Marines. Well, his father was a Marine, and his family all were Marines, and so he was darn well going to be a Marine. So sure enough, he signed up. Now, while he was in the service for about 4 years, he met this beautiful girl, and beautiful lady, and they had a beautiful little girl. And, they had a great family. But then he eventually started seeing action, and it seems like every time he came home, he'd be a little bit more, angry. And it was got to the point where he'd just be set off real easy. It wouldn't take nothing, and he'd just start flapping his arms and go crazy. But I always talked to him. I said, man, you can't get mad in front of your wife and kid. And he said, I know. He said, I got a strategy. I get this idea. Maybe if I get mad like that, instead of taking it on them, I'll get in a Camaro, and I'll drive. Sometimes I'll drive for 20 minutes. Sometimes he'd drive for, 3 hours. He'd drive until he wasn't mad anymore, But it seemed to work. So it got me to thinking how many other vets have a hard time adjusting to life when they get back. Well, turns out a lot. I donate some of my funds to a program called TAPS. TAPS is a program that gives financial assistance to families that had soldiers that passed away while in combat or while in service to their country. Great program, TAPS.com. I'm not getting sponsored by them. I'm just, saying that they're fantastic. But I started, looking into it. And there's another program out there called Mission 22. They do a fantastic job. Mission 22's whole shtick is that 22 soldiers a day commit suicide in America. Well, gosh, I thought, geez, that's a lot of people. I thought, well, somebody should do something about that. And I started thinking about it and go, well, what could I do? I'm just a musician. Well, I thought maybe I could write a song. And then every single time I play that song at a show, I can tell this story and tell about my buddy and tell about all those who struggled when they came home after combat. And maybe people would start realizing that some of these guys need a little extra help. So, 200 shows a year. Every time I sing that song, how many people in the audience? I'm hoping it makes a big impact. So this is a song I wrote for my buddy, and it's a song called Drive That Camaro. And I hope you like it. 2 years since he went to war, killed men on another shore, but when he came home, he felt all alone. His wife knew by the look in his eye, he'd seen things that just weren't right. His soul burned, where to turn. Then he fly out the back door, flapping like a sparrow. A burning rage that burned right down to the marrow. He needed to go drive that Camaro. Drive that Camaro. She could tell when he lost his will. On the day when they closed the mill, it was a good check, where he earned respect. Another town where the man shot down, handgun with a single round. The baby cries, then his young wife, she remembers how he'd fly out the door like a sparrow. Had a rage that burned right down to the marrow. He needed to go drive that Camaro. Drive that Camaro. This is the one thing of your daddy's that reminds me. I believe when I drive this car, he's beside me. So now you're 16, here's the keys. Drive that Camaro. Drive that Camaro. Then he fly out the back door, flapping like a sparrow. Burning rage that burned right down to the marrow. He needed to go drive that Camaro. Drive that Camaro. Drive that Camaro. That's called Drive That Camaro. And if you're a vet out there, I just want to thank you so much for your service. You know, my father was a Vietnam vet, Air Force. My grandfather was an Army vet, World War II, Battle of the Bulge. And I heard all the stories, well, from my grandpa mostly. Dad didn't talk about it a whole lot. Every vet's a little bit different. But I just want to appreciate how much you sacrificed for the rest of us who couldn't serve. So thank you so much. Now, this next song, this last song I'm going to do for you is a song called Blackbird Fly. Let me get it set here just a second. This song here has kind of a neat story to it. I started thinking about this song. I wrote this song, I think, back in 2015, something like that, 2013, something like that. Anyway, when I wrote this song, I just kind of popped into my head. It was one of those things that just sort of appeared. And it's a story about a girl who, when she was just a little toddler, she was, by the way, she was born with wings. I suppose I should say that part. She's born with some black wings. And when she was a toddler, she just loved it. She'd fly around the yard, flitting all over the place, and just completely loving, enjoying the wings that she had. And she knew how special she was because everybody else didn't have wings. As she grew older, she kind of grew up in a family that was abusive, around people that were not supportive. And she realized that her wings had a kind of a little curse to them. Every single time somebody treated her poorly or abused her, hurt her in some way, the wings would take a little bit of damage. So as she grew older, more and more abuse would hurt those wings a little bit more and a little bit more. By the time she was a teenager, they were pretty much broken and useless. She'd lost all hope because she's like, I used to be able to fly, for Christ's sake. And now I got to walk the ground like everybody else. She was pretty depressed. One day she goes outside and she's just really feeling horrible. And the breeze blows up and hits her broken wings. And in that breeze, she just hears this faint voice. It says, "Come back to me." When she hears that voice, she gets an idea in her head. She thinks, maybe I can fix him. Maybe I can mend him somehow. So she starts stretching her wings, trying to stretch them and use them a little bit. Oh man, it was so hard at first, and ache and sore, and it was so difficult. But every single day she made a point to really try to stretch and use her wings. It took her weeks. But eventually she got to the point where her wings would flap. It would actually flap. So she kept going. She kept stretching them, kept working them. And man, they were still a little sore, but she almost thought she could use them now. So about 2 or 3 days later, she decided, I'm going to go up to the hill up here, this enormous cliff. She says, I'm sick of waiting to figure out whether they actually work or not. She walks and climbs all the way up to that top of that hill, to the top of that cliff, and she looks out over the cliff. Oh my gosh, it's a long way down. And no matter how she tried, even though that wind was blowing in her wings and everything, she just didn't have the courage to take that first step, So she sat there and started to cry because she just didn't have the courage to be able to make that first step. And as she started to cry, she heard in the wind, just like before, that voice that said, "Come back to me." The moment she heard that "come back to me," an enormous breeze blows up and fills her wings. And all of a sudden, she just starts to float up into the air. She was flying. She realized in that moment that she had the power in her all along. She had the ability to fly all along. She was just afraid to step over the cliff. And then realized she never had to step over the cliff. It was never a risk because she had the ability all along. This is a song called Blackbird Fly. I hope you like it. Oh, she's a blackbird flying in the night. Gotta take those broken wings and relearn how to fly. All your life you wait for your moment to rise. Gotta mend those broken dreams, flying to the sky so high. Oh, my blackbird. Oh, my blackbird, sing a new song, rise from the ashes and right all wrongs. All your life you felt the hope was gone. Gotta feel that gentle breeze that you've waited for so long. Fly, blackbird, fly. Got to mend those broken wings and see the joy that it brings. You got to fly, blackbird, fly. Just let go of gravity, find your way and be free and fly. Fly, my blackbird. Oh, my blackbird, I know you're in pain. Take time to rise above it. Not all people are the same. Oh, blackbird, when you've taken time, take a look around you and you'll see my smile. And fly, blackbird, fly. Got to mend those broken wings and see the joy that it brings. You got to fly, blackbird, fly. Just let go of gravity, find a way to be free and fly. Oh, my blackbird, oh, when you can finally see the world that surrounds you, the love all around you, then you can make your way back to me, come back to me. And fly, blackbird, fly. Got to mend those broken wings and see the joy that it brings. You got to fly, blackbird, fly. Just let go of gravity, find a way to be free and fly. Blackbird, fly. Got to mend those broken wings and see the joy that it brings. You got to fly, blackbird, fly. Just let go of gravity, find a way to be free and fly. Fly, my blackbird, fly. It's called Blackbird Fly. All right, I appreciate you guys. I'll be trying to do this at least once a week. Sometimes I'll just isolate a couple songs, tell some longer stories with them. Sometimes I'll do kind of a mini concert like this, 4 songs or something like that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please make sure you like and subscribe and then share it with all your friends. I'd love to see this kind of blow up and do something. It's really a lot of fun to be able to share my music with you and my stories of my life. You know, part of music is that connection that we make. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, it's called Down Holiday Road. So I appreciate it. You can go to my website also at scottwilcox.com and see all the kind of information you want about me. You can figure out how to contact me from there. And I appreciate it. So thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Good night.